This sun, imagine sun. This earth. We are all here on earth surface. Okay. Okay. So we are, this is atmosphere. This is atmosphere. Notice this now. Sun. Sun is our mother star. Source of light and heat energy. It is our parent star. Correct? For the entire solar system, sun is the source of light and heat. Light and heat. What? Sun is a hot ball of hydrogen gas. So hydrogen molecules fuse to form, nuclear fusion takes place. Hydrogen molecules fuse to form helium. So that nuclear fusion is a source of energy. Nuclear fusion. Because of this nuclear fusion, what happens? Tremendous amount of energy is released, and that energy comes out in the form of electromagnetic energy. Electromagnetic radiation. Can I use the word radiation? Electromagnetic energy comes out like X-ray, UV, visible, all that. Ultraviolet, visible, near infrared. These four, okay, comes from the sun in all direction. So sun is our hot ball of hydrogen gas. So nuclear fusion results in the formation of helium, and large amount of electromagnetic energy comes out in all direction. So part of that energy comes towards earth also. Okay, the intensity of radiation emitted, the amount of radiation emitted by any hot object like sun is directly proportional to the fourth power of its temperature. Try to understand this. The intensity of radiation emitted by any hot object is directly proportional to the fourth power of its surface temperature. What is the surface temperature of sun? 5800 degrees Celsius. To the power of 4. 5800 to the power of 4. Can you imagine? That much amount of heat comes out. This is called as Stefan-Boltzmann law. Physics. Stefan-Boltzmann law. Stefan-Boltzmann law. Stefan-Boltzmann law. Okay. So the intensity of radiation emitted by any hot object is directly proportional to the fourth power of its temperature. Any hot object can be a bulb or a candle or a stove. Correct. Any hot object, what is the surface temperature? To the power of 4 is the amount of radiation emitted. So it emits a short wave radiation. Short wavelength radiation comes. Short wave. All of you can understand short wavelength like this. This is a wavelength. This is a wavelength. One wave. Crest and trough. Okay. This upper part is crest, bottom part is trough. This is called as one wave. Length of a wave is called as wavelength. Wavelength. All of you understand this word wavelength? Okay, I'll write that here in case if anybody is unable to understand. So when I take this, this is crest, upper part, trough, lower part. See this is one wave. Okay, measured from here to here. One wave cycle includes one crest, one trough. Okay, please remember this. So this is again another wave. Like this, another wave cycle. Okay. So now I am going to consider two examples, one here and one here. This is called as wave height, just in case if you want to know what is wave height. This is wave height. Half of it is called as amplitude. Amplitude is half of that. Okay, half. This is wave height. Okay. So you can see in this particular wave, because of its wavelength, it has repeated twice. How many times the wave cycle repeats itself is called as frequency. In a given period of time, like 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 second, how many times the wave repeats itself? Here in this, it has repeated only twice. So frequency is 2 here. Okay. So in this example, I'll take one example here. Okay. This example you notice. In the same period, you notice number of times the wave is repeated. Yes. Wavelength is small. Wavelength is very small here compared to this wavelength. यहाँ से यहाँ तक wavelength देखो. From here to here, wavelength is so huge. Correct. Here wavelength is small. So frequency is very high. I will take another example. Like this. So here, the wavelength is too long. Here. Frequency is very less. All of you understood this? How many times the wave has repeated here? Almost like around 15 times it has repeated. Here, how many times the wave has repeated? Only once, because of its wavelength. You got it? So wavelength and frequency are inversely proportional. They are inversely related. Means shorter the wavelength, you can see, shorter the wavelength, higher is the frequency. Longer the wavelength, smaller is the frequency. You got it? Wavelength and frequency are inversely related. This is clear now? This basics physics, school physics. Okay, this should be clear. So what we are getting is short wave high frequency radiation. Short wave high frequency radiation from the sun. Every day, same amount of energy falls on top of the atmosphere. First consider atmosphere. Every day, same amount of radiation falls on top of the atmosphere. Every day on top of the atmosphere. That is around 1376 watt per square meter per second. So on top of the atmosphere from the sun, the amount of radiation reaching is how much? 1376 watt. WATT, watt is a unit of power. For 1 square meter, this much of energy is falling. This is called as solar constant. This is called as what? Solar constant. Solar constant. After reaching the top, it has to enter our atmosphere. When it enters our atmosphere, we have gases, we have dust particle, we have water vapor, clouds, we have some of the energy coming inside will be reflected back by the clouds. Dust particles will reflect some. Correct? Dust particles in the atmosphere will reflect. Water vapor will, clouds will reflect sunlight. Smog sometimes, smog and all. That will reflect most of the sunlight. Before it reaches, only part of it reaches here. Out of this, only part like 350, 400 reaches here. Because the distance, correct, one. Second, the seasons, which season we are in. Some seasons we are getting vertical rays, some seasons we are getting slant rays. Transparency of the atmosphere like clouds, dust, smog. That also affects our, ability to receive. Sometimes there are a lot of clouds here. Notice outside there is cloudy sky. So sunlight will not reach us today. As a result, so the amount of solar energy reaching the surface is called as solar flux. Solar flux. So please understand this. What is the amount of energy reaching on top of the atmosphere? That is called as that remains same every day. 1376 watt. If you can't remember this, you remember 1400. 1400. After reaching on top, it has to enter the atmosphere. It slowly enters our atmosphere. Here, only some portion of it is reaching the surface. That is called as solar flux. Okay, so I'll write that here. Tropical regions receive vertical rays. Here, polar regions receive slant rays. Equatorial areas receive 340 watt on an average on the surface. Polar regions receive 70 watt per square meter. Polar regions receive less. That is the reason polar regions are cold. Absence of heat is cold. You got it? If more heat is received, you feel hot. That's the reason we feel hot here. Tropics. Tropical regions, because earth is slightly tilted, 23.5 degree. As a result, here tropical regions receive this much. Polar regions receive oblique rays, slant rays. As a result, polar regions mein sunlight is less. So that is the reason it's cold always in polar. Ice is there, ice here. North Greenland, here Antarctica. Because it receives less heat. Tropics mein direct rays. So as a result, more. So amount of insolation received depends upon the angle of insolation also. Tropics more, polar regions less. So earth initially acts as an absorbing body. Earth absorbs the heat. Temperature increases. The short wave radiation that is entering, it is very, very short wavelength. It can pass through gases. No gases are capable of capturing this. Even the greenhouse gases can't stop because the wavelength is very, very small. You see, X-ray, UV, visible wavelength itself is 400 nanometer. All of you understand nanometer? 700 nanometer yeah, wavelength, this one. Okay, this one UV goes up to 100 also. 100 nanometer to 400. This is less than X-ray. X-ray is less than 100. Wavelength is so small. Nano is 10 to the power minus 9. So it can easily pass through gases. So our atmosphere can't stop short wave. So the gases are transparent to incoming solar radiation. Whatever we are receiving from the sun, it can easily pass through our gases. No gases can stop them. Since it is coming from the sun, we simple word school kids call this as sun rays. You call it as sun rays. We call it as incoming solar radiation. Incoming solar radiation. Insolation. So insolation is a short for